Welcome to Agri-Visions, a program of First Dakota National Bank. I'm Michelle Rook with Nate Franzén, president of the Agri-Business Division. Nate, you were recently at the Central States Bankers Convention, and the focus there, of course, was bank policy. Tell us more about that.
The Central States Bankers Convention is a group made up of the leadership of the state bankers associations from the 17 states right down the center of the country. We have a lot in common, and we work together a lot on policy and legislation. And so that was the focus of the meetings. Under the current administration, we're seeing a much different environment around regulations. We're seeing regulatory relief, which is much needed. We've talked before about the regulatory burden that had been building ever since the housing crisis back in 2008, and how that was really putting pressure on community banks in particular that have a hard time covering the cost of all the new regulation and compliance requirements. Just recently, Mickey Bowman was confirmed as the director of bank supervision for the Federal Reserve. Mickey's background, she's a community banker from Kansas, really understands the community banking segment of our industry, and that's just another real positive sign that we'll have right-sized regulation that will make more sense as we go forward.
And another piece of policy that you're watching is 1071, and we've talked about this before.
1071, as a reminder, is part of the old Dodd-Frank bill, but it's requiring lots of disclosures from small business loans. And small business loans are defined as loans to borrowers with $5 million of revenue or less. So a lot of farms and ranches would fall under that. The prior administration was asking for 80-some data points that would need to be gathered and turned into the government. The current administration has pushed the timeline back and is trying to reduce the requirements substantially. The initial legislation only called for 13 data points. So I think at a minimum, we'll get it back to what it was originally intended and maybe even get it repealed, which would be great.
Thanks for that update. Nate Franzén with First Dakota National Bank and today's Agri-Visions.